Do you ever call yourself a dummy? Or say things like, God, I'm so fat. Or like my mother, who says things like, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, and I can't carry a tune in a bucket. And they might be factual. They might feel like they're no big deal. And in part, that's true. But these words are also like little pinches. They can have a cumulative effect on your self-worth. Try telling a joke about yourself sometime without putting yourself down once in a while. Be careful with your words. Your ears are listening.
May we light this flame with courage. May we light it with love. Love for others and love for ourselves. For as we are all connected, they are one and the same.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's the advice. But you actually have to know how you would have them do unto you first. There's a point to that. Knowing oneself is the cornerstone of all achievement. Everything, from making friends to building fortunes, rests on the degree of self-understanding we possess. It's visible in the quality of our accomplishments, but not the quantity. We will attract what we think we are. We will treat other people the same. If you think you are unworthy, then you will attract that. Your notice will attune itself mostly to things which support your deepest, truest opinions, and you will gravitate toward them as proof of your belief. The same is true for all of us. We all see what we want to see, and from that, we make our assumptions. Our beliefs are founded entirely on the interpretation of the world as we have chosen to see it. There's enough proof out there to support any argument you pick. You can defend your worthiness or worthlessness as you see fit, with ample evidence to support you. If you think you are mostly worthy, then the same will be true about your experience. Your life will be suitable for a worthy-ish person. And that's a bit worse, frankly, because we're dangerously satisfied by worthy-ish. We don't know what we're missing. It's good enough. It passes for worthy, mostly because we don't really understand the difference. Like mac and cheese from a box until you've had the real thing. We wouldn't probably understand until we know what the difference actually feels like, until we've eaten our pound of both. We don't notice the symptoms of being worthy-ish because they slip easily in between the cracks of our awareness. We don't know what we don't or can't or haven't seen. A worthy-ish person doesn't notice the slight self-deprecation in the words they choose to describe themselves. When we make jokes about ourselves, we are often less kind than we deserve. Listen to your words. As an example, we often use the term fat about ourselves as a pejorative, a put-down, instead of just the regular old descriptive adjective it actually is, like green or brunette. Or when we passingly call ourselves stupid or klutzy or uncreative, or maintain dark, quiet beliefs about ourselves that go far deeper than words. They become feature-length stories which pick at us from behind our conscious awareness. Just a little drop of arsenic, a little drop a day, just enough to make you sick, a little sick, so the unworthiness creeps up on you, reinforced by all the things we've chosen to notice, filtered by our resentment about what the world is telling us. We find our own proof. We filter our reality to suit our particular worthy-ishness. We elect to describe ourselves with that glossary. Now our ears hear the negativity hidden in them and reinforce them by turning them into action, into belief. Our ears do what we tell them. We automatically manifest with our hands the things we think with our minds. We don't see the little ways in which nearly all of us demean ourselves every day, preventing us from entering the perfect state of peaceful forward motion. Change that about yourself first. Notice your words. Change them on purpose. Even if positive words about yourself don't feel natural to you at first, change them on purpose if you wish your reality to follow suit. I saw a TED Talk once on 5 ways to build lasting self-esteem. Some of the 5 ways didn't surprise me, like the suggestion to use positive affirmations or to recognize the things you're good at and work to further develop them. And as I've discussed before, one of the things was the suggestion to eliminate self-criticism and introduce self-compassion, affirm our real worth on a regular basis. But one thing that stood out to me in particular of these 5 things was the third: learn to accept compliments. As soon as I read it, of course I understood. For some of us, it's very difficult to accept compliments. And the worse we are feeling about ourselves at any given moment, the more resistant to those compliments we become. But that is something we can deliberately retrain in ourselves, simply by having prepared a few simple comebacks when someone compliments us, such as, "I'm so glad you feel that way," or "That's very kind of you to say," or simply just saying thank you. Now, this is good for 2 reasons. Because when we rebuff someone's compliment, we're also telling them that we think they're full of it. Not really a good look. We're actually putting someone else down who's in the process of trying to pick us up. Let them do it. Most of world spirituality tells us that we are valuable beyond measure. Even traditional Christianity, in its way, proclaims our great value and worth. And despite the fact that this notion is uniformly addressed throughout our cultures, we manage to latch on to the small percentage of those who would prefer that we are unworthy feeling and amplify their words instead. Why do we do this? And for the record, there is virtually no one who doesn't do this to one degree or another. Trust me when I say this message is for you too, because we all have self-doubts that we still manage to perpetuate. The trick against those words, those darker thoughts, is in hoping for more for ourselves and believing that we deserve it. You don't have to know yourself well to hope to know yourself better. Hope is always about something we don't yet have, but still think might be possible. Hope to know yourself better. Hope to love yourself better. Pray for that. With or without a belief in God, let your ears hear the words. Pray to know yourself better, no matter how well you think you already do. It will equip you for the life you haven't yet figured out you aren't experiencing. It will equip you to navigate toward the sweet spot. Your inner magnetic north will imperceptibly shift, and there will be no trouble changing course. It will feel perfectly natural to you.
Be at ease now and breathe. Breathe in deeply and smoothly. Exhale deeply and smoothly. Try to empty the air from the bottom of your lungs, pushing it all out, and then slowly filling them up to maximum capacity. And then exhale. Allow your breathing to fall into a natural, gentle flow, and relax. Close your eyes if you are willing, and think these words. I am okay. I am good. I am beautiful. I am worthy. Imagine these words ringing and vibrating like a gong whose sounds transmit more than just sound. They transmit information. They transmit an intent. They transmit a call to action within you. These words transform your cellular structure. Picture now the walls of a single cell within your body. Imagine the words you speak traveling as sound waves through the air and the way the cell wall reverberates as the sound of your voice reaches its thin membrane. The inner components of the cell move around like a wind chime at the sound of your voice. But they are not just feeling the vibrations. They are listening to the intent behind the words. Your cells are connected to your thoughts as well as your speech. They will act accordingly. And breathe. Consider now that it might be best if they are saying the same thing, your mouth and mind, working better toward the same goal, living better for the same purpose, your joy, your fulfillment, your health, your happiness. And breathe. Picture now a word you have used to describe yourself that if used by a friend or a loved one about themselves, you might encourage them to say something nicer. Don't you deserve that too? How do you use words like fat? Do you use it simply to describe something that's larger? Or is there a bit of judgment behind it? Is fat a bad word to you? Consider changing your relationship with that word. How do you use words like stupid? Do you think of yourself as stupid, even sometimes? Is it true? Are you just expressing short-term frustration, or is there something more you might be revealing to yourself in your choice of that word? Either way, change your words. Allow that to change your thoughts. Consider other ways in which you use words to denigrate yourself or set yourself up for failures that are not necessary, not kind, not in support of yourself. Pick new words and breathe. In your mind, think these words. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my mind. Thank you for my talents, no matter how big or small. Thank you for my kindness to myself and others. Thank you for the wisdom which grows within me every day without fail. Breathe in wisdom. Exhale wisdom into the world. Breathe in health. Exhale health into the world. Breathe in peace. Exhale peace into the world. Breathe in one final time and return.